Hi fellow birdies, and welcome back to
another edition of SongByrd's Eating Show.
In today's video, we're going to be trying out all these different Hostess snacks. Now, some of these we have had before, but some of them maybe not. But these were found in the front section of my Walmart. You can get them in smaller packs or you can get them in bigger packs. But now, we got iced vanilla Zingers, or Zingers, I don't know if you say it. Jumbo iced honey bun, ding dongs, orange cupcakes, cinnamon streusel coffee cakes, and these crunch donuts. So we're going to try each one of these out and see how we like it. So let's go ahead and get started. First thing we're going to do is these iced vanilla Zingers. Now, it says iced vanilla cake with a creamy filling. This is what they're going to look like.
Kind of moist. Definitely looks kind of like a Twinkie with some stuff on it.
And you can see the filling inside, which is also pretty similar to your Twinkie. So let's go ahead and give it a go. It really reminds me of a birthday cake. A vanilla birthday cake, rather.
The underside reminds you of a Twinkie, but it's like a Twinkie with frosting on it, you know?
It says very similar to a Twinkie. But that frosting has a nice extra, like, flavor and layer to it. Definitely makes it taste a lot sweeter. This is pretty good. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of Twinkies, but this is definitely better than a Twinkie. I prefer my Twinkies to be like this.
For me, I've always liked Twinkies. It's not my favorite, but I always liked them. This definitely takes a step up in my opinion. Like, it's basically it's like a cross between the Twinkie and the birthday cake. With the best parts of each. Like, the Twinkie is nice and moist. The filling's good. And the frosting just adds on top of it. It's really good. Would definitely recommend. 8.5?
I'm probably going to give it an 8.5 as well. That sounds about right, because really enjoyed that extra frosting on top, and that's got such a really rich, good vanilla flavor. So this is a good one. Check that one out. Alright, now I've had Hostess Cupcakes before. I think it was like the chocolate ones, but this is orange. Orange, you glad I didn't tell you so? Or say so?
Okay, that was awful. That was awful.
Orange, you glad I didn't say banana? But anyway, so these are frosted orange flavored cakes with creamy filling. Now, I'm not sure how this is going to go well for a cake, but we will try it out. So, looks like the traditional Hostess cupcakes. That's the stuff, Hostess. Well, we'll see if this is the stuff. So, let's go ahead and... It smells like orange juice. So, let's give it a go. Too much orange. Like, I love oranges. I love orange juice. But this is too much orange. It's like, that's all I'm mainly tasting. I'm not really tasting much of the filling in the middle right here. It doesn't quite work for me for some reason. The combo, there's just too much orange. Like, it's artificial too. Like, I can kind of like get a little bit of an aftertaste.
The first thing you notice is the smell. Like, it's very strong odors. Orange, smell.
Too much orange.
It's, the taste, actually, it's got an orange taste to it, but it's not as powerful as the smell. Like, you expect it to be like, pretty like pure orange. It's not quite there, but it's pretty orangey. And the thing is, it doesn't really have much else. Like, the, frosting and the filling are both completely overwhelmed by everything else. Like, I don't know if they're overwhelmed or there's not much there. So
that frosting is just not helping at all. It's like mainly the orange stuff. Too much.
Like,
I'm gonna get us a 6. Maybe even a 5.5. Like, I'm not enjoying that.
Yeah, I'd say 6 is the number for me. Like, I'll eat it if you put it on my plate, but I can think of a lot of things I'd much rather add to it.
Alright, next up we're gonna try the classic ding dongs. Like, we've had these before, although it's been a heck of a long time. So, this is what they look like. Honey chocolate. And there is the inside. You see it has a little bit of filling. I kind of wish it had more. This doesn't taste quite as good as I remember. Like, I feel like when I tried it last time, it had more filling in it. This is kind of mainly like chocolate. That's a little bit dry. I didn't enjoy that as much as I used to.
I'd say for that one, it needs a bit more chocolate taste. Cake stuff.
Yeah, it's dry too.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It's kind of dry. Like, yeah, with the Twinkie ones in their base, it's pretty moist. There's just not moist here. It's
No.
pretty
No.
dry. It's pretty good, Like they do a good job at that filling, but the chocolate didn't have much chocolate, taste to it, and I kind of like when like frosting tastes like more frosting.
Me too. Me too. So I'm gonna give that like a 6.5 too. Like
Yeah.
I did not like it as much as I used to. It used to be better, a lot better than that. It's just mainly like too much chocolate and it's too dry.
I can't quite see myself adding to my plate, so I'm gonna stick with the 6.5 myself.
All right, so next items we're gonna try are these Crunch Donettes. I don't know, I'm gonna have to keep saying donuts. I'm sort of wondering what's on the outside of these because it doesn't really
Looks
say.
Like, is it coconut?
Maybe. We'll have to find out though. That's like, oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Nice coconut. I think it's got like a little bit of a slight crunch in terms of the coconut. It's kind of a little bit dry again though.
She's not wrong. It is pretty dry.
Yeah. Well, I guess that's barely moist at all. So it's kind of a little bit harder for me to chew. But the flavor is not bad. Like, coconut is nice and pleasant. Not overpowering. I really like the taste of it, honestly. I love a big fan of coconut.
Me too. I've always been a fan of coconut myself.
But these are definitely better than the previous two we just had. Overall, they're pretty good. They also had powdered donuts and chocolate donuts too, but I've had those before. I'm going to try something that I haven't had before, which are these. I'm going to probably give these like 7.5. They're okay. I just wish it wasn't so dry.
I'm going to actually bump it up to an 8. Like, I would definitely add this to my plate. It's good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, and bear in mind, I'm a big fan of coconuts. So I'm totally biased on that front. But it does exactly what it says it's going to do. It's a donut. It's small, but it's donut-like. It's got coconut. It's got, some sort of like frosting mix. I'm not sure. It's maybe like a glaze.
Next thing we're going to try is a coffee cake. It's cinnamon streusel. Now, I think I have had these before, but I don't remember having it like one time. So, I don't know how good it is. I think it was like rather on the dry side, but we'll find out. Now, this, is a cinnamon streusel cake. Does not have any filling in it. So, it's just...
It does feel pretty moist.
Smells like cinnamon sugar. Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Definitely in the cinnamon.
This was actually not all that dry.
I told you it's not that dry. It's pretty moist. Like, see, press it into it.
That's a pretty damn moist cake. Like, I'm surprised coming from packaging that's similar to the other ones we just tried. The other ones were dry. This one's moist. I love cinnamon sugar. That is good.
I'm not the huge fan of cinnamon. I like cinnamon sugar pretty well. I think it balances out well.
I do wish there was like a little bit less cinnamon. It's kind of like just a little bit too much, but I love cinnamon sugar, so that's good.
I think the quantity of cinnamon sugar felt pretty good for me. Like, I don't want it to be too little because then it just kind of tastes, like nothing.
Yeah.
What you call it, the cakey stuff was good. The cinnamon sugar was excellent and in good quantity in my opinion. It was moist. It's a good coffee cake. Or better yet, not with coffee. You know me. If I had to rate this, I'd say it's pretty comparable to the one we just had. 8 out of 10.
I'm going to give it probably an 8 too. I just wish there was a little bit less cinnamon, but that cinnamon sugar taste is like perfect, good, sweet balance. So it's a big thumbs up. Alright, the last thing we're going to do is this jumbo iced. As you guys know, honey buns probably taste like honey, but we're going to have to find out. This thing is massive. Like, look how big this thing is. Like, it's bigger than the palm of my hand. Literally.
It's almost bigger than your entire hand.
So, here's what it looks like. So, here we go.
You can feel it kind of hard, but not unmoist.
The frosting has a little bit of a sweetness to it, but I feel as like it would be better without the icing on it. Like, I really want to enjoy the taste of a honey bun. I like honey buns. This is kind of taken away from the honey bun flavor. And it's a little bit dry.
Kind of sticky.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. As sticky as honey. I don't like that one quite as much. There's just too much icing on that. Like, I would rather just have an unglazed honey bun if I was going to eat that.
I'd say it kind of falls between two stools. Like, on the one hand, it could go more, frosting, and then it could go less. But kind of trying to compromise this really. There's not enough frosting to like really make it good frosting base because there's just enough there. And there isn't, if it was, less frosting, you could focus more on the honey bun taste. I'd say it kind of falls between two stools. It's not bad. Like, I'll probably add it to my plate.
Me, I'm gonna give this a 5. I would know if I would have it on my plate. That I just did not like that icing on top of the honey bun. It's taken away from the enjoyable taste of a honey bun. I love honey buns. There's too much icing covering that.
I can, take or leave the icing. I just wish there was more of it, if there were less of it. The overall flavor of the bun itself just wasn't that great for me. It's not bad. Let me make this clear. It's not a bad product, just not a very good one. Gosh, I'm gonna give it like a 6.5, I think. But I'm gonna give it a 6. I'm gonna downgrade that, orange one to a 5.5.
From top to bottom, I definitely think probably the Zingers were good. Bottom one was definitely those orange cupcakes. I just like too much orange. And most of these products were enjoyable. Like, you can try them out for yourself to see if you like them. But other than that, like, they got like a bunch of cool different things.
Yeah, for me it was either the Zingers or these thingies. What are they called? Donettes.
The coconut donuts. Yeah, those were good. The Zingers and the donuts were both the best amongst all this bunch.
I'd probably pick the Zingers.
Of course, I like the coffee cakes too. That's really hard to decide. Like, I loved all those things, Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's review of these Hostess products. Like I said, if you want to try them out for yourself, check out Walmart or any other grocery store you can find them at and let us know what you think about them below. Or also tell us what is your favorite Hostess snack. We'd be pretty curious to find out. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell to receive notifications. And we'll see you in the next video.
Yep. This is Charles.
And Crystal signing out. Bye,
Bye,
birdies.